All right, welcome to Journey to Tech 2024, everyone. My name is Obafemi, and you can simply refer to me as Coach at any point in time that you need my attention, because I think the name has so many syllables you might not be able to pronounce properly. So just call me Coach, and then I'll respond to you. I'll be the facilitator for this module, Linux System Administration, and we'll be together for the next 7 to 8 classes, learning Linux, especially Linux that is practicable and usable on the job, either as a cloud administrator or DevOps engineer, or even as site reliability engineers. Okay, so it's going to be intensive, and it's also going to be interesting. Try as much as possible to break it down to make it enjoyable for everyone. All right, by breaking it down, I mean I'll be elementary. Okay, I'm aware there are people who already have backgrounds in computer science, and there are also people without computer science background. So we'll consider everyone, and then we'll try to break everything down, especially in this module, so that we are sure we carry everyone along. So today we're going to be doing more of introductory to the course, what to expect, setting up our workstations, and then taking general questions, right? So, uh, as you already know, you are here because you believe you can uh, get into tech, and then you also believe Linux system administration is one key prerequisite for whoever wants to get into the technical space of IT. All right. Uh, some people don't know that it is not all IT courses that are technical. Some actually requires you to do more of writing and documentation, while some requires you to use specialized tools, either to code or to script, right? Now, the part we are inviting you to is that part where you're scripting, or you also need a little bit of coding. And to excel in that section of IT, one prerequisite that you need is Linux system administration. All right. Linux is an operating system, just as you have Windows operating system and Mac operating system. But Linux is the most widely used when it comes to cloud computing. Not only that, top enterprise servers, when I mean enterprise, I'm talking about corporate organizations. Top enterprise servers run on Linux operating system. So it makes sense that anyone getting into this space just to know how to manipulate Linux, right? So we're going to be doing a lot. And if you can see my screen, please confirm you're able to see course outline on your screen, please. I'm sharing something. Let me be sure everyone is able to see that. All right, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. That's fine. So uh this is what we're going to be looking at in the next 6 to 7 classes together. Introduction, user management, permissions, packages, networking, and other key things like bash scripts, We'll do discussions of run level, BIOS, RAID, okay, then SSH. I think I did not add one more. We're going to be looking at cron jobs as well, okay. And then we'll also be treating pseudo live projects, okay, together. All right, so we're going to be looking at this and other things. Other ones that I want to put here are projects. Each module has a company project that helps us to check learning, to investigate learning. Not only that, we're going to be giving assignments, we're going to be giving classworks at some point. We might just group us based on the number. At the end of this class, we would know how to group us, maybe into a group of 2 or into a group of 3, and then we'll give us class exercises together that we'll try to resolve in, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll continue from there. I want to encourage everyone to attempt the assignment and also to be participatory during the class exercises. It's not to check who is the best, is just to help us get into the teamwork spirit early, okay, and also to encourage synergy among among us, right? So please do not be an onlooker. And if you have question at any point in time, if you're unclear about what we are doing at any point in time, uh, I will encourage you to not be civil about it. When I mean you should not be civil, I mean don't try to hide it or say you're going to go watch the class video later on, or you just use the raising up of hand icon on Zoom. No, I want you to unmute yourself and speak into your mic if you have questions. Of course, that is an opportunity for only those who are live in class like this. But for those who are unable to join live classes, they can't ask questions while classes are going on because they're not even there. So their only opportunity is to watch the class video. But if you are live in class like this and you're clear about what we are doing at the moment, please speak into your mic. Do not be civil about it. In this class, there will not be stupid questions. Yes, I reckon we are all from different background. Computer science, no computer science, Linux ninjas, Linux zero skills. So I'm going to accommodate all questions as long as it is related to what we are here to learn. All right. We will not be here, we will not uh, give room for questions that would distract class. All right. I'll give you an instance of such questions. Should Israel invade Gaza or not? Of course, it's a valid question, but not for this class. So please, the only questions that are valid in this class are questions related to what we are learning, tech. We can take other discussions out of the class. All right. So ask all your questions and be sure you understand what we are teaching in class. All right. Linux is a prerequisite in the sense that other tools that we're going to be learning in this boot camp, that is after this free session, we are moving into the boot camp properly, starting with cloud administration, uh, with AWS, Amazon Web Services. Then we also learn IAC infrastructure as code using Terraform and Python. Then we'll go properly into DevOps, learning tools like Jenkins, like Maven, like Docker. All of these tools are really heavy on Linux environment. All right. So to succeed in DevOps or any technical IT space, then your Linux game must be very strong. And that's why we are taking Linux for free. Not only that, for those who wish to continue with us after this free Linux training, we want you to have a flair of how it's going to look like learning with us. So you're going to be able to review and adjudge us. Okay, it's worth it. I want to continue learning with this set, or I'll consider learning with some other organization somewhere else. Okay. Not only that, it will also help you to decide if all you've heard about tech, IT is really worth it. All right. By that, I mean a lot of persons have heard about IT, tech, the advantages and the perks that comes with it, but they do not really know that it is not that easy. You just have to put your back into it. Okay. And then boom, they come and realize, oh, it is input and output command line interface using command here and there, and then they are scared. And then some says, okay, I don't think I can go on. We don't want you to come in after you've committed time, resources, and your funds to realize, okay, you don't want to do this. No, we want you to first learn Linux, and then you can be able to decide if you want to continue on this path or not. Okay, so these 3 weeks together is going to be very important for you, and I want to encourage everyone to please take it serious. All right, enough of the talk. Let's get into talking about Linux properly. Uh, I want to see which one is going to be faster to do, either to go set up workstations, then come back and show you these basics or not. I think we should go set up our workstations. So we're going to be using uh, the environment we'll be working with is AWS platform. We're going to be using AWS. All right. We're still going to learn cloud administration, selected topics in cloud administration using AWS. But for now, what we want to learn is Linux system administration. There are many ways to do that. We can decide to use AWS, Linux on AWS, or we can decide to launch a virtual machine using any of the virtualization softwares. We have Oracle VirtualBox, we have VMware, we have Hyper-V and all of that. Okay, but for uniformity, we're going to be using AWS platform. So we will launch an EC2 server on AWS, and the instance will run on Linux. Okay, so all the questions you may have as regards AWS, I will create your indulgence that we suspend it until we get into AWS properly. However, the basic things you need to know about the platform just to ensure that you don't step outside of the line and you don't get charged. I'm going to explain all those to you. But for real, what we need AWS for now is not to learn cloud administration, is to learn Linux. So we won't be using Oracle VirtualBox. We won't be using any of the type 2 hypervisors, we're going to be using AWS platform to learn Linux. So we will launch a cloud server running on Linux system, Linux OS, and then we'll use that server to learn Linux. What that means is uh, for those that have Linux on their system or your PC is primarily running on Linux, you can go ahead and use it. All right. For those who are able to run WSL, Windows subsystem for Linux, you can go ahead and use it. But on my screen, and I want to believe on the screen of those who are outrightly new to this, I want to encourage you to please follow what we teach in class so you do not get confused. All right. We will also be using SSH client, which is Temios. I know I've been using some words that you might not understand, especially those that are new, but when we get into this properly, I will explain these things like hypervisors, like virtual machines, like cloud servers, and I just mentioned SSH as well. I know some of us may not understand, but just be patient. We will explain in the course of these lectures. So we're also going to install SSH client, which is going to be Temios. And I think we should also install Virtual Studio Code as well, VS Code. So this is where we're going to start from. Let us go create an AWS account. If you are in class, you do not have an AWS account, please let me know. And you are able to share your screen if I make you a co-host, please let me know. So you can use your screen to show others how to quickly create an AWS account. It is free and it's going to be free for the next 12 months. All right. And if you do not color outside of the box. Okay, so the first hand I saw is Ola. Okay, so Mr. Ola or Miss Ola, if I'm able, sorry, if I make you a host, are you able to share your screen?
Yeah, I should be able. Please.
All right, so I'm making you a host right away. So please share your screen, especially your browser. You need to create an AWS account. So other hands that are up, if you want to ask a question, please go ahead and ask your question while we are waiting for Mr. Ola to share our screen. Gold, do you want to ask question?
No, it was with regards to the AWS you were
Okay,
asking about.
so if you do not have an AWS account, uh, Ola is going to share our screen now, and then I'll guide everyone who doesn't have an AWS account to follow what she's going to be doing. It's going to be a screen and then my voice. Okay. Uh,
I have a question though.
by the way, let me welcome Miss Buckner. She's the one that has gathered all of you together. So let's welcome our facilitator. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I
Please
just
go ahead.
wanted to ask, you didn't tell us about your background. You didn't mention anything about your background.
Oh, my bad. All right, so my name is Obafemi, like I said earlier, and you can simply refer to me as Coach. Uh, I wear quite a lot of caps, but the ones that are relevant to us is what I'm just going to share here. I've been a system administrator for more than a decade, and then specifically uh, in the past 5 years, I've been a DevOps practitioner. I have taught DevOps for 4.5 years, yeah. But I have practiced DevOps for 5 years plus. I've supported companies around the world, and I'm currently supporting two companies, one in Tulsa, okay, and then another in Africa, Nigeria specifically. Yeah, I'm also okay. So DevOps is not an entry role. It's for someone who has been around IT. Okay, and that may now want you to ask. Okay, so for those who are just getting into it new, how do we go about it? That's where we are taking people through a 4-month module to cover up for what uh, you should have known. All right, like Linux system administration, IAC, cloud administration before you now get into DevOps properly. So yes, I've always been a system administrator. I've always been an hardware engineer. Okay, and then I'm also a chemical engineer, right? And I go offshore. I work offshore, and at times things get tough for the IT guys on board, and then somehow they get to know I have these skills, and then they beckon on me to help. I try my best to help as well, but I also try to keep low profile and stay where my job description says, so that I don't go overwhelm people for them to think I'm trying to get their role. So that's it. I hope the little introduction is sufficient. And if you want to know other feathers I wear, that's going to be later on, because I'm also a father. And I want to believe you all agree that it's a big role to be a parent, either a mother or a father. So yeah, that's it. Uh, Mrs. WB, am I clear? Can I move on now? All right. So Ola, thank you so much. I can see your screen. Do you want to search for AWS? If your default searching is search box is Google, go ahead. Okay, so please search for AWS and then click on the first link. So for the rest of us who doesn't have an AWS account, this is the time you want to follow so that you can create an AWS account. Or if you have an AWS account and it is more than a year, I want to encourage you to please create another one, because once your account is a year old, you are denied some of the free tier products and services on this platform. Okay, and that means when you launch or spin some servers, you're going to be charged. Right, so you do not have an AWS account, you have one and it is more than a year, or you have one and it's going to expire in the next 4 months. I want to encourage you to open another one. Okay, for those who fall in the second and third category, you're going to use another email apart from the one you've used before. Okay, so please click on where your cursor is currently. So this is where I expect everyone who is doing this for the first time to be. So what we want to do is to create an AWS account. Kindly decline the cookie so that you're not followed. Beautiful. So either you click create an AWS account or you get started for free. So either one. Let me know if we are going too fast. We don't want to leave anyone behind. So you want to create a free AWS account, kindly click on create a free account, please. All right, so please hold on. Let's wait for the rest to ensure they are following. I want you to unmute and please speak into your mic. For those who are following or who are doing this for the first time, please unmute and talk to us. Are you following? Can we continue?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's move on now. Kindly put your email address, preferably if you have Gmail or if you have Yahoo. Okay, so what name do you want your account to bear? Okay. Now the next thing is you verify email address. When you do that, the code is sent to your email. Please, you might want to check from your phone. Have you seen the code?
Looks like I have something on this one. So I might have to use another email address.
Oh, you already have an account on this.
Yeah, maybe it's expired or something. So it says that I have something. So they didn't send any code.
Okay, so that means you have an existing AWS account on this email.
Oh, this email. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so you might just want to go back and enter a new email.
Okay. How do I go back from here?
Just you can close this tab, open the new tab.
Oh, okay.
No, not your browser, just the tab. Okay. All right, so that's it. For those who have passed this stage, what are you seeing? Talk to us.
So I have a question.
Please go ahead.
I have an account and I logged in, but I don't know, how do I know when it's going to expire? Because right now I'm on it says the console home and I see EC2 and all that, but I don't know if it's going to
Okay,
expire
so
soon.
it's only you that can answer the question. If you're unable to remember when you opened it, I'll advise to be safe, open another one. Okay. But if you want to know when your account uh will expire, at
Mhm,
the top right corner of your account, you're going to see your account name.
mhm,
Are you seeing that top right corner on your console home? You're going to see your account name and then you click on account. If you click on that name and then you click on account, you should be able to see what year you opened the account.
mhm.
All right. But if you're still unsure, I think you should just open anyone. Okay, so do you want to create your password now, Miss Ola? Ensure it is alphanumeric, it has an uppercase, and it has a special character. Okay, continue. Okay, so at this point, click on personal, check personal admin. Good. Okay, so this screen and the next screen, you're going to stop sharing so that we protect your privacy. When you're done filling your phone number, your house address, it takes you to the next screen where you will enter your credit card or debit card details. You're going to be temporarily charged $1 just to confirm that the card you've entered is operational and it is yours. After 12 hours, it's going to be returned back. Okay, so please kindly unshare your screen now. You feel this, and then the next screen where they're asking for your card details, you feel that as well. When you've passed those two screens, you can again share your screen. Do you copy,
Yeah, I do.
please?
Um, Stop
Don't
sharing.
worry, I will help you to.
Okay.
Okay, so you can continue now. What they are seeing now is my screen. Okay, so for the person who wants to confirm if our account is up to a year, you can share your screen and let's dig into it together. Let's see. Or you've already ditched it to open a new one.
Okay, no, no. So let me share my screen. Mm, can you see my screen?
Yes, please. Okay, please click on your name. Okay, Olamide, you're selecting personal use. If you can hear me, I can see your post on the Zoom chat. It's personal use, please. All right. So please go to the top right corner. You see where you have AWS Learning.
Right here.
Do you want to drop that down? Okay. So you called your account AWS Learning.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, click on account now. Okay, can you scroll down a bit? No, scroll down from the left-hand side, please.
Okay. Uh, scroll down. Okay, is that all on the
Yes, this
left-hand
is all.
side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I'm not sure. Please return back up. No, it's not. It's not with services. Click on home. It takes you to your console home. Mm, I think it's better that you open a new account.
Okay.
Yeah. That way
Right.
you're in a safer zone. Yeah. So if you're opening
So
a new account, you have to use different
in
email
email.
address. Yeah. So I was going to ask, is there anyone whose PC is running on Linux? Is anyone in class like that? I know most persons, you're either using Mac OS or Windows. Is anyone whose PC is running on Linux? None. Mm.
Yes, yes,
Mr. Ayo, your
yeah,
PC is running on Linux.
yes. Now I use Windows,
Interesting.
Windows 11.
You must be a Linux ninja. Sign up for the BS select a support plan. Okay, basic support free.
Oh,
Taiwo, I can see your question. Please select basic support, the one that has free. All right. Mr. Cletus is saying, I think she should check her account settings. Yes, she might get it there as well, or she will, but let her just open a new one just to be on the safe side. All right. Miss Ola, let's know if you've passed the first two screens so you can return to sharing your screen. Why do you want to give your account name? Linux class. Why don't you want to use your name?
oh, okay.
I mean, it's your account.
All right. Verify email. Do I need to verify my email
Yes,
or just
please. You're going to receive a verification code.
okay?
Your AWS account is a platform where you can do a lot of things. And I'll also be showing you a lot of things on that platform. Okay.
Um,
So enter your password.
create a password, right?
Yes, you have to create one. Ensure it is alphanumeric, not less than 6 characters. It has an uppercase and also lowercase, and it also has a special character. Yeah. And something you're not going to forget before tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm done with the payment part.
Okay, so please go ahead and share your screen now. All right, so basic support, you've checked that. Scroll down, then complete sign up. Have you been charged $1 yet?
I didn't check my account. Maybe.
Okay, no, don't bother. You do that later.
Okay.
So congratulations, you have an AWS account. Please go to AWS Management Console now. All right. So who else is here? For those who are doing this for the first time, who else is here? Let me know. Has anyone been able to complete their registration? Go ahead, Henry Chooks. You have a question? Or you are saying you are here too?
No, Mr. Femi, it's I'm just confirming that I'm done with registration.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Now, for those of us who just created fresh AWS account, you are signed into your AWS account as root users. Root as in ROOT. In Linux and even macOS, in fact, generally with Unix kernels. Okay, so kernel is like the core substance of any operating system. So for Linux, the kernel is Unix. It's the same kernel that Mac OS uses. And that's why you can use some Linux command on your Mac OS as well. You can use your Linux command on Windows terminal. It won't work. All right. So in Linux, what we call administrators in your Windows or in other of your ERP softwares, they are called root. Okay, ROOT. So when you hear me say root, just know I'm referring to administrators. Now, one thing about working as root is that at no time will you ever be denied access or permission for anything, which is beautiful. It makes you very powerful and also makes you very vulnerable. Imagine you enter a command, either the command is what you intend to do or not, either it's going to break your production or not. If you're working as root, your command is honored. And like I said, you're powerful because it means nobody questions you. And at the same time, you're vulnerable. Okay? You do anything accidentally, boom, it is gone. So best practice, especially when we are talking about security, says that you should not work as root, either on your AWS account or on any operating system. So what do? You create users, and you can now decide to give those users permissions to operate as super users. By that, you can have 2, 3 users, and one of these users can be able to run commands as though it is a root user. The only difference is that it's going to be denied access to some things, right? So right now, if I ask Miss Ola to click on his account name, I can ask her to go to billings. No, don't do that, please. I'm just saying you can do it if you're not sharing your screen. I don't want to expose you. And I can ask her to go to billings, and I'll be able to see her credit card details where she has entered them, because she's signed in as root. Now, mind you, this is not Linux operating system. This is a cloud platform. But similar things happens on the Linux operating system. And when we get there, I'll break it down for us bit by bit. But if she had to sign in as a user, even though it's a super user, and that user decides to go and check the billing credentials, the user will not be able to see it, even when that user is an administrator, a full administrator on this platform. Okay, so best practice is that you do not work as root, not on your practice server. When you get the job, not on your company's server. Work as a regular user that has been elevated to a super user. So we're going to do something now which is not part of Linux. However, it is what best practice encourages us to do. I'll show you how to create an IAM user on this your Linux, on this your AWS account, and then subsequently you're going to be signing in into your AWS account as an IAM user. All right. That means you will not be managing passwords. Okay. But if your password is strong and if you're not going to be telling anybody about it, you can also use the same password you use for your root as an IAM user. Or if you are cybersecurity compliant, you might want to use different password. I just want to say that please remember your passwords. All right. So now if everybody is here, for those who have AWS accounts and it is within 6 months of opening, let's do this together now. Except if you already have an IAM user, then I expect you should know all the story I just told. Okay. So the first thing we want to do now is to go and create an IAM user. Like I said, it isn't part of Linux, but it is best practice that subsequent time we are signing into our AWS account as an elevated user. So please go to services. Now, I know you have many questions on this screen. Okay, what am I looking at? What is AWS? What are all these icons? I know you are curious. That's why I said, just be patient a bit and let's get into AWS. I'm going to explain all of that you are seeing. But for now, let's save time and focus on why we are here, right? So services is the second icon from the left-hand side. Right? If you drop down that, please click. Let everybody please follow. You're going to be seeing a lot of key heads, and this is where all the 300 plus services you can access on the AWS cloud platform. This is where they are. Please scroll down to where you have, I think, security, identity, and compliance. Yep. If you've seen it, okay, so scroll up the other one. Look at IAM, Identity and Access Management. So look at it. So take your cursor to IAM. Don't click yet. Can you do that? You see the star icon. Click it. what it's going to do is it will create a bookmark bar for you on your AWS account and bookmark that service. And that means anytime you need to go to IAM, you won't have to come through this long route. You will see the bookmark bar on your account. Okay, as we go on, you're going to be bookmarking a lot of services like that. All right, good. Please go to services, click services on your screen. Can you click outside, Miss Ola? Let's show that again. Okay, so you see that services, scroll down to security, identity, and compliance. If you click on that, whatever opens there, scroll down, you will see IAM. That's the long route. You want to go through the short route, you will see the search pane next to services. Inside that search pane, type IAM. Can you do that now, Miss Ola, so they can see? IAM. Good. So you will see that on our screen now, IAM is showing as a service and it has been bookmarked. That's why you see the orange star next to IAM. So please click on the IAM now and let's move on. Yes, please. All right, so we are now at the identity and access management account. What we want to do here is to create users. Okay, so you also might want to add MFA for your root user just to protect it. Okay, I think I will let you do that. Can we do that quickly? It will take time. I'll let you do that by yourself. I mean, everybody should be able to do that using either your Google authentication app, or you use your Microsoft authentication app, or if you have iPhones, there are other authentication apps you can use. But let's just save time and then let's move on. So if you are here, everyone, let's move together. The first thing you want to do is want to create user groups. On AWS accounts, best practice says giving permission to a user should not be done individually. Rather, it should be done group by group. Okay, so what we are doing now, I'll still explain it to us when we get into AWS. The reason why we are jumping to here is because I want us to follow best practice, and I'm also trying to incorporate security into what we are learning, because these are some of the things you do on the job that distinguishes you. Yes, Miss Bossa, it's going to be free account, please, except you have Benji's you're not using and you want to give it to AWS. But for now, free account. All right, so Miss Ola, please click on user group. Is on your dashboard at the left-hand side. All right, user groups. Group is a collection of IAM users. Use groups to specify permissions for a collection of users. I just explained that. The AWS and even best practice says do not put permission on specific users. On a cloud platform piece, it is different when we get into Linux. Put it on the group. That when you put permission on the group, all members of the group automatically inherit the permission on the group. That way you are able to manage users collectively. So you do not have a group now. Let's create a group. So please click on create group and then call the group administrator, or you call it admin. Kindly scroll down. All right, please keep scrolling. Pause. Okay, so we want to now attach permissions to the group. Like I said, when we get into AWS proper, I will tell you what IAM means. Okay, it's basically who authorizes what. Who talk about the users, the service, the principal. Who then authorizes talk about the permissions, the authority, the authentication, and what talk about the services, the infrastructure that the who is trying to access. Okay. Now on this policy list, we are seeing a lot of them. I can see pages 1 to 48. Okay. And the first one says administrator access. So also is the second and the third. But if you expand the first one, can you click on the plus icon on the first one? Thank you. I mean, I'm enjoying you, Miss Izienka. Thank you. Seems like you've been here before. So you see administrator access. Look at that JSON policy. Let me quickly explain something. The effect we are seeing means allow. Action, you see asterisk. Asterisk in JSON, asterisk in Linux, asterisk in HTML means that all. It means anything. It means everything. It means anonymous. And then for resources, we also see asterisk. So what this JSON policy simply says is allow what action? All action. On what resources? All resources. And what this means is this policy is for full access to AWS services and resources. Please collapse it. No, don't collapse it yet. Just scroll down a bit and expand the one below it. Let's see the difference. Good. Now you will see that the action for this one, they listed some things. This is administrator access for Amplify. Amplify is a service on AWS. And you will see also, if you scroll down to resource, can you scroll down? Click inside that policy and see if you can scroll down. Yes. So you see that the action is also listed and the resource is listed. So for this particular JSON policy, it means there are specific actions allowed on specific resources. But on the first policy, which is full administrator access, please scroll back up. I'm still going to explain all of this when we get to, you will see that this is simple. The effect is allow all action on all resources. And this is the permission we are giving to this group. So members of this group are going to be carrying the same permission. Kindly check the administrator access now, please. The first one. The description says provide full access to AWS. All right, so if you've checked it, you can collapse it. Do that for the one below it as well. Just collapse, all right, then scroll down. No, don't check that one. Yeah. Okay, now, so let me quickly see our understanding. If you have checked the policy that says allow all actions on all resources, do you think you need to check any other permission again? Let's think about it. You can unmute and then talk to me. Do you think you need to?
I think since we have access to all, like all
Yeah,
resources, and it's all, so
yeah, that's true.
there's
Thank
full
you,
access at
Taiwo.
that point.
Bible says no. Yes, you do need any other one. All right. However, because you are not a root user, you are still yes for another group of users. Okay, Cletus, I'm referring to this group. Okay, if you create another group, then you decide what permission will be on that group. But for this group, the moment you select give full access to all services, then any other permission you click here does not matter. All right. So please scroll down now. I'll talk about other permissions when we get into AWS. Henry Chooks, please go ahead. Scroll down properly. Scroll down properly, then
Sorry
create user
to
group.
take you back a little bit. So what's it? So now that you've given this group literally a super user kind of access, so what's the difference between having a group have a super user kind of access and ordinarily leaving it as root that gives you that access as well?
Good question. Beautiful. So, okay, so let's just finish this now. I'll show you something.
Okay, sure.
Create a user group, please. Click on create user group. All right. I can see your hand, Miss Bosse. Please go ahead.
Okay, I don't mean to take you back, but I'm on user groups and I don't see those admin icon that she's on right now. I don't see those. Did I miss a step?
Okay, go to your dashboard. Click on, are you on your identity management dashboard?
Yes.
Have you clicked on user group?
Yes.
Do you see create group? The orange
Yes.
background.
Yeah,
Click on that.
I did.
If you've done that,
Yes.
can you click on that again, Miss Ola? You're not going to create it just for. So do you see user group name?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, so put administrator because we want to create a group for admin, or you simply put admin. When you do that, you scroll down. You see attach permissions and permissions policies.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Now check the first one. If you've done that, you scroll
Yes.
down and click on create user group.
Thank you.
Sorry
All right.
to take you back.
Please
The
go ahead.
admin, this thing, I'm just seeing administrator access. Is that the one?
So if you look at that list, there are 3 administrator access. However, the first administrator access, if you go to the description, it says provides full access to AWS services.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay. The others are also administrator access, but to specific services. The one we are using is full access to AWS services. Okay. And we're still going to explain this. This is like a full topic on its own when we get into AWS, which I'm going to break down all that you are seeing at the left-hand side for you one by one. But for now, we just need to create one, which we're going to be using subsequently. Okay.
Okay, so I should tick the administrator access and then go all the way down and click create user group, right?
That's correct. Yeah. Check it and
Okay.
then.
User group, enter a name. Is there a name we chose or so?
Is there anyone?
It says enter a group name. Should I just use anything or is there a particular name we choose for the group?
Oh, call it admin. Scroll up so she can see what we called our own admin group name. You call it admin or you call it administrator.
Okay, so I added the admin, but I'm not seeing where it says save the name or something.
No,
Or
until you click on create user group.
yeah, so I clicked on create user group and it says name the group and I named it admin, but I'm
Then
not seeing.
return back to click on create user group. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, it says admin users group created. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so let's move on now. So to answer the question, what's the difference between root users and if we create a user and make the user an admin? Okay, so an IAM user is a regular user that have limited access on your AWS account. If you make an IAM user member of the administrator group, okay, by administrator group, I'm saying you have created a user group like we all did now, and we put full access permission on that group. So members of that group have full access to your AWS account. However, they are still limited as
Okay,
regards
that makes
what they
sense.
can access. Okay,
Okay.
especially the billing console. They can't see. So right now, as you all have an AWS account and you've created a user group, you can go ahead and create multiple users and they can have access to your AWS account. However, because they are not root, such users will not be able to see your billing dashboard.
Information.
It
Okay.
means they can't get access to your credit card details and how you're spending, or if the AWS have applied any special credit to your account. Okay. So that,
So
and it's the same thing that's applicable on the job. When you get to work for a company and they are hosting all their services from the AWS platform, it is it is rare to see an employee having root access to the company's AWS accounts. The best they give you is an administrator access. Please go ahead with your next question, please.
no, that makes sense actually. That explanation was good. Thanks.
All right. So let's go create users now, please. Under the user groups at the left-hand side, you will see users. Please click on users. That's it. Now click on create user.
Excuse me, can we take out that part that says service menu? I think it's blocking stuff on the left top, on the top
Okay.
left-hand
So
corner.
please click on next,
Thanks.
next. Done. Done. Okay, that's because it's your first time here, so it's out. Are we clear? Can we move on? So please click on create user now. All right, so call your user any name. On my platform, it's called consultant1 or user1, whatever name you want to call the user. Ensure it's all in lowercase. Okay. Put it together, user1. That's it. Now, a user can have access in different ways. Different ways you can have access. Oh, Lord help me. I'm trying not to be tempted not to start teaching AWS. Okay, but let's just share the knowledge. You can access your AWS account through CLI, Command Line Interface, GUI, Graphics User Interface, SDK, Software Development Kit, API, Application Programming Interface. Okay, your SDKs and APIs, you talk about your IAC tools, or if you're incorporating other applications outside of AWS into a service you have on AWS. All of this we'll be learning when we get into the bootcamp properly, and it is really interesting. Okay, but for now, it says provide user access to AWS Management Console. That means he's asking you, do you want to give this user one
console access. So please check it. Check provide user access to AWS console. Good. So if you are given this user a console access, it wants you to specify what user type. The user type is IAM user. Other types that we have here, I'm going to explain better when we get into AWS. Let's just move on. IAM user, you've checked that. Beautiful. Now let's go to console. Slow down. I want to be sure I'm not moving too fast. Please confirm if we are together
So,
or
so
we've lost you or you lost us, and let's find you, please.
Mr. Femi, let me put you back a little bit on the page we're in. So it says, so there's two types of users there, the specified user in Identity Center.
Yes.
It says recommended now, but you're asking us to check the I1 to create an
Yes.
IAM user. So why are we going against the recommended suggestions?
Okay, so recommended is okay. I'll give you a short answer now. When we get into IAM
Okay,
properly,
sure.
I'll give
Sure.
you the long answer. If we use the recommended one, we are unable to have access to some services that this user that I want to teach us.
Okay.
Okay, so the recommended one, you will have a central place where you can manage the services. And that means some sorry, you will have a central place where you can manage the users, not the services. And that means some services are not available. You are not permitted to do some things. Okay. That's why I want us to use the IAM user. Okay. So it says we recommend that you create IAM users only if you need to enable programmatic access through access keys. Look at that. Service specific credentials for AWS code commit, that is DevOps in AWS, okay, or a backup credential for emergency account access. Do you see that?
Okay.
Okay.
Um.
So that's the
So, but
short answer. A long answer
okay,
when we get into AWS, I will explain all of this.
that makes sense. So assuming you can you change these settings afterwards in case, let's say you chose recommended, and could you change it to be able to manage more of the accesses to the user
Of course, yes.
afterwards? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You can even go back, delete the user, create another user.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that makes more
All right.
sense.
All right, good stuff. Let's move on. So you want to create console password. You okay. So now that we are here, let me also explain. Imagine you are already on a job and then the company just employed two new cloud personnel and you've been asked to go and latch them on the platform. So you create IAM account for them, IAM users for them on the company account. When you get to console password, creating password, two things you can do. You either create a custom password or you use auto-generated password. All right. Either one you select, then because you're not the one to be using that password, you have to leave that checked box under show password. The checked box says users must create a new password at next sign-in. Why? Because you're not the one to use these IAM credentials. So you must enable those that want to use it. Not enable, you must compel them to change the password to what only them knows. So the one you give them at the first instance is the one you use to create this IAM user account. And that's the one they will also use to log in. But if you leave this box checked
it means they are compelled. It says users must. They are compelled to change it to what they themselves know. That way, if their account gets compromised, they can come and say, oh, the password I have, I wasn't the only one that have access to it. All right. But because this IAM account, you are the one that wants to use it, we might leave that place unchecked. Sorry, yes, we might leave it unchecked. But just for the flair of it to have the feeling, leave it as is. Then let's use auto-generated password. So AWS will give you auto-gen password, then you will change it to your own password when you're about to sign in next. I just need to explain this to us because there's always a story around here that I experienced 2 years ago from training. So let's scroll down. Or if you want to use custom password, no problem, but I encourage you leave it at auto-generated password. Click next. So leave everything here as is. Okay, don't uncheck those. So now that you have clicked next, let me see, scroll up. Please scroll up. Now look at what it says. The second sentence, using groups is a best practice way to manage user permissions. Do you all see that? That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. By job functions. So by job functions means if you have users within the company that their job is just along database administration, and you want to give them IAM access on the company's AWS account, it means you will create a user group and you probably call the user group database. Now, the permission that will be on that group will not be full service access like the one we just did. You will only search for database administrator and check that. That's what it means by permissions by job functions. Again, when we get into AWS properly, we are coming back to learn all that we have here in IAM. But for now, let's just move on. So the first box is add user to group, which is the best practice of giving permission to users. Now, if you scroll down, you will see all the user groups you have on this your IAM dashboard, which is just one thus far. So please check admin, click, and then next. Scroll down. Create users. It's as simple as that. Now, this screen you are seeing now, you're only going to see it once. After now, you'll be unable to see this screen again. So what you can do is download that .csv file, comma separated versions. Okay. Now return to user list. If you've done that, open the .csv file that you downloaded. If you have Excel spreadsheets, you can use that. All right. So let's pause and ask, is anybody lost? Let's find you.
So Fabian, I do have just a little curious question.
Go ahead.
So is there like let's assume I am an AWS admin, or I don't know what they call themselves, but yeah, assuming I'm the one assigning, creating user groups, and is there like a resource of, let's say, for an admin, for a database administrator, like I'm supposed to add them to that group. Now, is there like a list of possible resources that I should be assigning to them? Something like that. Yeah.
Yes. I get what you are asking. Like, there are services on AWS account that only takes care of databases, either relational or non-relational databases. Okay. But
Okay.
AWS have made it easy that if you search for database administrators, okay, AWS has grouped all the services expected a database and admin on their platform to be able to access.
Okay, that's awesome. That's exactly what I was trying to figure out.
Miss Ola, your Windows Office suite is not authenticated. That's why you are unable to access your Excel sheet. Okay. So maybe
You say Miss
later.
Lola.
Say that again.
Miss Lola or Miss Ola?
Ola.
I think he's talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to find something else to open this account. Can you try open it with let's see, a notepad? Can you go to where it is? Because you will not be able to click it the way it is now. Right
On this
click.
part.
Let's see if a notepad will be able to open for you. Yes, choose another.
Let me see. I think it will be the same thing, yeah, because I don't have.
Yeah, that's why I say try a notepad.
Okay, but you didn't give me an option for
No, you
notepad.
choose another app. Yeah. See
Okay.
notepad. Okay. Just once.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. All right. Is everyone here? Let's be sure we are not leaving anyone behind. For those who are on their PC, have you been able to create users? Close this. When you create this, we can later move on. Can you stretch this notepad a bit? Thank you. Okay, I want you to, after every comma, tap enter. 1, then 2. So look at the first line. Your username is user1. The second one is your auto-generated password.
Okay.
And then the next one is your console sign-in. So copy the entire console sign-in URL. Okay. Now open a new tab on your browser and paste it. But before you tap enter, do you remember the root password of your AWS account? I know you do.
Yeah, I
So
do.
tap enter. Mr. Cletus, please go ahead.
Sorry for taking it back. I missed the part where we created the password.
The password?
Yeah, I've been able to create a user, but I can't find where to generate password. To do auto generate password.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
You don't have to type it, just copy and paste. So you don't make mistake.
Um, So the password is the one on the
The
notepad, right?
auto-generated one.
Oh, okay. This one.
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful. That's it. Hold on, Mr. Cletus. Let's quickly finish with this.
Okay.
Your username too is not Ola. Look
Is
at
it the
that
admin?
notepad. Look at the notepad again. You see your username.
Oh, user one. Okay.
You've forgotten you're the one that created and called it user
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
All right. That's it.
Should I remember the account?
No, don't bother. Because it will compare you to change the password.
Okay, so sign in.
So,
Yes, please.
sorry, Femi, the account ID, what's the use of that?
The account ID is every AWS account have their own unique account ID. I think
Okay, so
it's
for this
12
user, that account ID is unique to that user, right?
Yes. If you copy the URL of your if you copy the URL that was created when you completed creating username, it comes with that account ID. But if you don't know
Okay.
your account ID as you are currently on your account, click on your account name at the top right hand side to show you your account ID.
Okay.
Yeah. So now put the old password, copy and paste it, and then I'll put your new password. Okay. That's good. The new password. So first classes are always like this. We are setting this and that up. From the third class, probably would have gotten to Express where we can always fire them. But I think we are doing well so far. Now confirm password change. Miss Bosse, please go ahead.
So the password for the Excel, the one that we downloaded just now. So
Yeah.
the password, is that the root user
No,
that we created?
no, that's the password for the username, the IAM user you just created. Remember
Username.
what took you to that point?
Yes.
You wanted to create an IAM user.
Right.
So you put the name, you added the user to the group, which is admin, and then you ask it to auto-generate password, isn't it?
Okay. Okay.
And
Yes.
then you created user. So what you downloaded in that excel.csv file are the credentials of that user, the name and the password, which you will be compelled to change at the first sign in. Okay, so go and sign in with, copy the URL in that Excel sheet, paste it, then sign in using the IAM username on that Excel sheet and the auto-generated password. All right. But if you're patient, I'll show you through Mr. Cletu's screen now as well. Okay. But let me quickly show us something. If you look at Miss Ola's screen at the top right hand side, it says user one at. You will see that it's no longer showing the root name. So it's now showing you user one at. So please click on that. Yeah. And then click on close this. Right. Click on billing and cost management. All right. So the reason why you are seeing unavailable is because IAM users does not have access to this place. But if it were to be root, you will see things here. Click on payment at the left-hand side. Do you see payment? I'm just showing you this. Someone asked a similar question as to what's the difference. Do you see that? Even as a full administrator, look at what it is saying. You do not have permission to access billing information for this account. Now, this user one is an administrator, a full administrator, and it's been denied this kind of access. Right? So that's the difference between an IAM user that is a full admin and a root user. Okay. So for those that missed this, let's go do it with Mr. Cletus. You can see Mr. Cletus, please go ahead and share your screen. And let's do this with you as well. Okay, so I think we've done the first half of the 3 hours. After we are done with Mr. Cletus, we're going to take 10 minutes ergonomic break. Okay, so scroll down. This your screen is big. Do you like it this way? Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, so where's the create user screen? Okay, now on your screen now, hold on. Well, I think you already created user. You've already created the user. Did you download the CSV file? .csv file?
I didn't get to any point where it asked me to generate password or anything like that.
Okay, so click on the box. Check
This
the
one?
box. Yeah. Now delete user. Let's redo that quickly. To confirm deletion, enter the username. So type user one in that place and then delete user. Okay, now can you use Control minus on your screen? Let's reduce this font so you can see everything together. Hold down Control and press minus once. I think that's it. That's enough. So let's create user now. So for those that missed it while we were doing it with Miss Ola's screen, let's do it together now. So you click on create user. I want to believe everybody has created user group already. So you want to create user. Do you also want to call your own user one as well or something else?
Yeah, user
Whatever
one.
name. So please go ahead. All in lowercase. Good. Now check that box. Provide user access to the console. It means that this user will be able to access GUI, graphics user interface. So now check, I want to create an IAM user. I tried explaining this, short response in the initial time. So you see auto-generated password, or if you want to put a custom password. Okay, but I said leave it at auto-generated password. Scroll down. Next. Okay, so add it to, okay, beautiful. You called your own group super user. I like that.
Yeah.
So add it to the super user, check the box. Scroll down, next. Okay, it's asking you to give it a tag, but that's optional. We're going to learn about tags and we get into AWS properly. Create users.
Sorry to interject.
Go ahead.
Do we add the user to admin or something?
Yes, just
Add
check
user to
the,
group. Admin.
yes.
Okay, and then next.
Don't
Okay.
forget you're the one that created the admin. It's not there by itself. Okay,
Yeah.
and Mr. Cletus called his own group super user. All right. So now download the .csv file.
Okay. So
If it has downloaded, good. You can now return to users list. So now can you click on your account name at the top right hand side. The person that was asking about account ID, click on Cletus. Do you see the ID now? The person asking about account ID. So every account has its own unique ID. Okay.
Yeah, that's understood. Yeah.
All right. So please open your spreadsheet and let's copy the URL.
By spreadsheet, right?
Yes. Or if you don't want to go through that means, let me quickly show you another means now. I think I've done the spreadsheet with Miss Ola. Return back to your AWS account. You can open it, but we won't use it. Return to your AWS account, sir. Copy that account ID.
This one?
Yes. Now open a new tab. Open a new tab on your browser. Yeah. AWS sign in. Search for AWS sign in. Okay. Sign into AWS. Click on the first icon or second one, anyone. They are both taking you to the same place. To log out, click here, yeah.
You click where?
To log out, click here. Look at where it says to log out, click here.
Okay.
So signing into console now. Beautiful. Now look at it. Root user or IAM user. Do you see that? So you can decide how you want to sign in. So click on the IAM user now. So now put your 12 digits in that place. Beautiful. Next. Now put your, so you see that this screen is the same screen you will have if you had clicked on that URL. Someone good. Then go and copy the auto-generated password. So I didn't remember to tell us, we don't do 3 hours at a stretch. We take 10 minutes break after the first 90 minutes for us to go for ergonomic break. Just click on the cell and use your Control C. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Sign in. Okay, so paste it again. Then put in a new password. Yeah. So this is how to use AWS account.
So quick question here. So
Please
the
go ahead.
new password, this is where I'm at. So the new password, is that a new password or is that generated from somewhere?
No. You will enter it. You will enter a new password. Yeah.
Okay.
So the other question I have Femi, is if this. So I know we had to download the CSV file. So in a real situation, do you have to download it as maybe as the root admin guy and email it to them, or how does the user receive this password to change?
Okay, so for companies I've worked with, they have onboarding emails, right? So within the
onboarding email, there's a format. So in that format, I put the URL, I copy and paste. I copy the username, I copy the password, and I send it to them, to their company email. Right, that's one. Two, you will see from where we click on download.csv file, you can email it to the user. There's a place where you have
I
email
missed that.
it. Right, and that's why you must compel them to change the password on the next sign-in. Because if you don't make them change it, if they keep using that one, if anything happens and it was traced to straight to their account, they can say, well, they don't have the privilege of changing the password. All right.
Okay.
And then the hammer will land on both of you.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Okay, so let's take 10 minutes now. When we come back from the 10 minutes break, we'll come and create other things that we need, like we need to create we need to install Themios, which is an SSH client. We also need to install VS Code, but I think we just install Themios and CLI, AWS CLI for now. All right. Gold said she's lost, right? So when we come back, Gold will be ready to share your screen, and then we'll do that together. Like I said, I'm used to this. I experienced it a lot in first class ever. All we do is this front and back just to ensure everybody's account is ready and set up. All right. Yes, Onyeye, the recording will be available after the session. But like I said at the beginning of the class, if you are privileged to be in live class, then ask your questions in live class, except if you joined very, very late. All right. So we'll take 10 minutes now, then when we return, we'll continue. Thank you. Good. Do you want to share your screen? And let's quickly show you what you've missed. Good. Can you hear me? Is the person
Yes,
in
I can hear
class?
you. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, please. So do you want to share your screen? Let's find you.
Okay, just give me a minute.
Okay, so while we're waiting for do we have any other person who's lost? Have we missed anybody at any point? Okay, so if we are good, I think we should just go ahead and download Themios. It's gonna be our SSH agent. Do I have? Okay, yeah. So you can see my screen. Please go to your browser and search for Themios. Okay, when you search for Themios, click on the link that says themios.com. Good. When you're ready to share your screen, please go ahead. Don't hesitate. Can everybody see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
All right, so let's go download Themios. Now, for those who doesn't have it, Themios is an SSH agent. SSH means secure shell. I will discuss it better when we get into Linux from our next class. This class, like I said earlier, is just for us to set up our workstations and all of that. So yes, click on the link, the first one, and then you download according to your operating system.
Excuse me, sir.
Please go ahead.
Can we use mobile extern?
Yes, please, you can, if you have that.
Okay.
Okay. If you have mobile extern, you know how to, please stick with it. If you have OT, you know how to. While I encourage TMS use because it's you can work on virtually all operating systems. So if your PC is running on Windows, Mac OS, Solaris, Android, iOS, TMS will work, but mobile extern and OT will only work on Windows OS. All right. But if you already have one that you're very comfortable with, then there will not be need to use another. So
I'm
if
good to
you are
share.
here,
Yeah, it's okay.
you're ready, please share your screen now. Let's
Okay.
quickly get you up to speed.
It says hold disable participant screen sharing.
Oh, okay. Let me look at that. Oh, you have another account. Okay, that's why. So go ahead now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, so
Do you have user group?
yeah.
Okay. So this user, did you download the credentials?
Yeah, I did, yes.
Okay, so what's the challenge now?
So I was trying to follow the other process you were showing the other person, but at
You
some point
wanted to sign in, right?
yeah, to use
Okay,
the other
so
process.
click on the open the downloaded file. Okay, so click on the URL.
Mhm.
No.
This one.
Yes. Copy it. Just Control C. Okay, now go to your browser and paste.
Like open a new browser.
A
A
new
new
tab, yes.
okay.
Okay, so put in the username, the one on that Excel sheet, whatever name you called it. Okay, no, hold on. Just hold on. You already have that file opened on your menu bar. So you would not have to go to the download icon every time. Look at your menu bar. You will see Excel icon in green beside the PowerPoint to the right. Not in that place, your menu bar. Your menu bar is at the bottom of your screen. Can you see your menu bar?
Yeah.
Aha, yeah, that's it. So you will not need to be going to download every time. So have you seen your username? Super.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, no, no. Go back to the credentials. You have the password there.
And that's the one I used. This one.
That's for your root email. Go back to the credentials where you copied your username. You will see the password that was auto-generated.
Oh, okay.
That's it. So sign in now. Paste the old password again.
And I should put any password.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so you are in.
Okay.
Okay, so let's return back to, so stay on the screen now. Open a new tab.
Okay.
Now search for Temios.
Temios. Temios like this.
Termius.
Temios.
Yes, please. Okay. Look at the
This one.
SSH platform. Yes. So everybody, let's work together now. For those who doesn't have an SSH client, let's download one. So click on that link. Temios. Yeah. Okay, so click on products, drop down products. This is for everybody. Okay, for individuals, yeah. Scroll down. Keep scrolling. Let's see. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. We want to download. MS has done a lot of things around here. So look at download under resources. Yep.
So click on download.
Yes, please. Now, so it automatically detected your operating system. So for those using Mac OS, probably has done the same thing for you. So now download the Temios. Now click on the download.exe. If it has downloaded, click on the downloaded file and run it. Install Themios, that's it. Get started. Next. Next. Set up your vault. Let's see. Do you need a vault? Click on set up vault. Let's see. Do you have a Gmail account or any email at all? Just click on it from this screen. You don't have to go through any other
Yeah, I have a
links.
Gmail account.
Yeah, so click on sign in, continue with Google. Open. Click on open here.
Encryption password.
So just put your password,
Which password?
any password.
Okay, I should just set it up.
Yep. Later. Click on later. Data is on that screen. Start connecting. So that's it. Okay, so let's go and set up our first cloud EC2 server. Is there anyone who has been unable to set up their Artemius? For those who do not have any SSH clients, right? So we are all good to go, right? Everybody has been able to set up SSH clients.
I have a question.
Please go ahead.
I was able to, I had it before. So I went ahead and, tried to download it again, but then it brought me back to the one that I had before.
Which of the
So
clients is it? Putty or Mobile XM or Temios?
Temios.
Okay, so if you have it before, you would not need a new one. You can still use the one you already have.
Okay.
Do you copy?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so at this point, I would like everyone to please listen attentively. We want to launch an instance, EC2 instance. So there is virtual servers, there are cloud servers, there are on-premise servers. Okay. Now, when you say on-prem or on-premise, on-prem means within your vicinity, on site. Okay, so the servers, computers you use at work. If they are servers, then they are on-prem. The prem means premises. Okay. Virtual now means you cannot see them, you cannot touch them, but they are there existing virtually. So there are type 2 hypervisors. Hypervisor means hypervisor is a virtualization technology, meaning that on the screen you have in front of you, that one is physical. You can touch it, you know it is there. And it does some things. Now you can create all that kind of computers inside that same computer. The idea is that those computers can run on the same operating system like you have on your physical computer or other operating system. And they are parallel, meaning that on the computer on my desk right now, I can create a virtual machine, which is also a computer. It's just that I can't see it. However, I can decide it to run on Mac OS. All right. So there are special kind of virtualization softwares that allows you to do that. And they are called type 2 hypervisors. There are type 1 hypervisors. That's the one that first come on your bare metal. All right. For most people, and I think for some persons here as well, we think when we buy a computer, desktop, laptop, the first thing that comes on it is the operating system, isn't it? Either you install Windows OS or a Mac OS, depending on the machine you bought. But in real engineering sense, the first software that comes on your computer, your new computer, is a type 1 hypervisor. Most persons don't know because it has already been installed by the manufacturer. If your type 1 hypervisor, which is also called bare metal hypervisors, if it is not on your computer,
then your computer will not be able to run any operating system. Okay. Have you ever opened up your computer before and it tells you no operating system detected? Anybody ever experienced that? So if there was no operating system detected, which software is telling you that one? That's non-detected, that you don't have any. It is actually the type 1 hypervisor, but most people don't know because it's a deep IT stuff. Now, the type 2 hypervisor is installed on your operating system, which is the one that enables you to install multiple virtual machines. However, these virtual machines will be using your physical machines resources. So let's say your computer have 16 terabytes RAM, which is memory, and it has just 16 terabytes, sorry, 16 gig, 16 terabytes is much for your RAM. Okay. It has a 16 gig RAM, and let's say it has 2 terabytes storage, either SSD or HDD. If I launch a virtual machine within that my computer, it's going to take from the resources the host computer have. I think by the end of this class, I will take my time to show you how to create virtual machines using Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, it always come handy when you work with developers, either as cloud admin or DevOps. All right. So that's about virtual machine. Now there are cloud machine as well, cloud servers. AWS calls them EC2 instances. Google calls them Google machines. Azure calls them virtual machines. All right. They are servers in cloud. They are virtual too, but they are not resident within your own computer. They are resident in cloud. And resident in cloud means that you do not have internet, you cannot access them. Cloud simply means resources that you access over the internet. It's as simple as that. So now we want to create our first cloud server for this class. And that's the one I will be using. But I encourage you that after practice, you terminate the server, you open a new one, or you launch a new one when you want to practice. Why do I encourage terminating and launching? One, when you terminate, you will not stand the risk of incurring charges, because for every EC2, no, for every month, AWS gives you 750 hours to run EC2 instances. If you select free tier, you will see it shortly. I'll show you. Now, when you practice and you are done with practicing, you terminate your servers. When you terminate or stop, your number of hours will stop counting. I did not encourage stop at this early stage. I encourage terminate because you will now need to launch a new instance when you want to practice again. Going through the process enables you to practice repeatedly. And the more you do a thing repeatedly, the better you know it. So that's the reason why I want you to terminate when you're done, launch a new one when you're about to practice. Why? It enables repeated learning. Okay. So everybody go to your AWS console. Can you see my own screen as well that I'm signed in as an IAM into this machine, consultant one into this machine. So you may not be seeing what I'm seeing showing right now. This is what you're likely going to be seeing. I'm going to my own console home as well. So I can
Sir,
show
you're not
you.
sharing your screen.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yes, you are.
I think I am, yeah. You should be seeing console home. All right. So that person
My
you
bad. I
want
was
to
on the wrong
confirm.
screen. Yeah,
Okay.
I was on the wrong screen. Yeah, thanks.
So yes, this is where everybody should be on their screen. Now you won't see all these plenty recently visited things on yours because your account is new, all right? However, for those that created that bookmarked IAM, you should be seeing your bookmark bar. Okay, right. So what we want to do now is we want to create our first cloud server. So I need you to go to services. When you get to services, find your way to compute. When you get to compute, you will see different AWS services under compute. The one of interest is EC2. It's an acronym for Elastic Compute Cloud, 1E and 2Cs. John, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So is this using this is using the user you created, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Did you
Thanks.
create your own as well?
Yes, I did.
Yes. So if you look at my screen at the top right corner here, you will see consultant at this. So this tells you this is an IAM user signed into this machine. Yeah. If it were to be root, what you will see is the root name. You will not see these plenty addresses here. So again, go to services. This is the second icon from the left. Click on services, find your way to compute. When you click on compute, you will see a list of services under compute. Service of interest is EC2. You might want to bookmark it. How do you bookmark? Just click on the star icon beside it. It's going to bookmark it on your AWS console. I said EC2 means Elastic Compute Cloud. So click on it. I won't be telling you more than that. Like I said, when we get into AWS proper, I'll be telling you a lot of things that you need to know. Okay. But for now, we just want to go and create a server in cloud so we can use it to begin to learn Linux. Right. So are you on your EC2 dashboard? Let me know. Who is on their EC2 dashboard? All right, thank you. So next, click on Launch Instance. If you scroll down a bit, you will see Launch Instance on orange background. Click on that. We're about to launch an EC2 instance. Again, I will not be doing so many explanations. I will only tell us what you need to know at this stage because we are not here to learn AWS yet. We'll do that in our next module of next month. So give your server a name. I've called my own Journey to Tech JTT24. Okay. That's what I want to call my own. You can decide to call your own class one or exercise or whatever. Now, when you scroll down, you will see application and OS images. So this cloud server, this virtual server we want to launch, what operating system is it going to run on? Okay. You already know the operating system because that's what we are here to learn, Linux. Now, there are different distributions of Linux. We are going back to talk about basics maybe from next class, but let's just ensure you set up all the necessary things in this class, and then
For those who didn't get it, can watch class video. So we will start with Amazon. There are different distros of Linux. Distros are called, is the short form for saying distributions. It means different kinds of Linux. More than 600 of them. There are the popular ones. You probably have heard of Ubuntu, Debian, Red Hat, Fedora, CentOS, Amazon Linux, SUSE. Those are popular Ubuntu distros. Okay. Now, these distros are categorized sometimes based on their package manager. Now, by package manager, let's take cars, for instance. We have different manufacturers of cars. Mercedes, BMW, Toyota, GMC, Chevrolet, Ferrari, all of that. Now, these cars have their specific auto shops where you go for repairs, maintenance, and all of that. Those auto shops is what represents package managers when it comes to Linux. Okay. There are auto shops that specifically fix Japanese vehicles. There are auto shops that their specification is for German vehicles. You will notice I'm not saying auto shops by brand. No, I'm saying them by grouping. Okay. So for Japanese vehicles, you will see Toyota there, you will see Lexus there, you will see all the vehicles that are made in Japan. Okay. For auto shops that is specifically deal on US vehicles, you will see GMC, you will see Chevrolet, you will see Ford. Okay. When you talk about German vehicles, you will see all cars, brands of cars in Germany. So that's how it is when I say package managers for these different kinds of Linux. Okay. There are two popular package managers for Linux. There is the Red Hat package manager, Red Hat package manager, that is RPM. There's a manual for this, by the way. Mrs. Buckner will get it across to everyone. Okay, but listen so that when you read, residual knowledge can come to bear as well. And there is the Debian package manager, Debian. So there are many other ones, but those are two popular package managers. And under these package managers, there are distributions. So what I said earlier was the over 600 distros of Linux are categorized for easy management under their specific package managers. Okay. Let me quickly show you something. So it can add, you can put a picture to what I'm saying. Do you see my Word document? Can you see my Word document, please?
Yes.
All right. So you see, okay, now this is a mistake. These are package managers, and these are package manager installer. So that's the correct one. Now, RPM, this is Red Hat package manager and Debian. These are the two popular ones. There are other ones, all right? These distros of Linux are grouped under these package managers. Okay, so for Debian, for Ubuntu, for Linux Mint, these three are under Debian package manager. Okay, I think what makes sense to do is to just put the groups together. Okay. And then this goes here. This goes here. Okay. And I think Amazon Linux as well. Not all, but Amazon Linux is also under RPM, and it also uses Yum, Yellow Dog. Okay. All right. You're gonna have this prepare this material. You're gonna have it here. More than 600 of them. Okay. So these are package managers. All right. Now, each package manager has its own installer, but I'll tell you about the installer later on. I just want to tell you about package manager at this level. In this free Linux training for the next 7 classes, we're going to be seeing how to maneuver or manage a distro of Linux under the package managers. So what I mean is we will use Ubuntu and Amazon Linux. Are you with me? We're going to be using Ubuntu and Amazon Linux. What that means is Ubuntu is a distro under Debian. Amazon Linux is also a distro of Linux under RPM. If you've learned one Linux distro, I can tell you that you have learned 95% of all the different distros of Linux. The remaining 5% are minimal things that changes with time, like how to do installation, how to what name this the specific distro calls a service. All right, so don't panic as to which one is the best one to learn or not. No, if you learn one, you've learned 95% of what you need to learn. Okay, the remaining 5% is not what you can't learn at any point in time. But for this class, I'll be showing you the differences and what you need to learn at each point. Okay, so for this class, let's start with Amazon Linux. Click on Amazon Linux and then drop down the Amazon machine image AMI to Amazon Linux 2. Now, if you see, you will see that the first two, Amazon Linux 2023 and Amazon Linux 2, both have free tier eligible. So let's use Amazon Linux 2. Okay, so you click that. I hope you're following me. Now the instance type, remember this is a virtual server. So the instance type is where you are able to select the properties of the server. Okay, it's like you want to buy a computer and they ask you what specifications do you want. Specification in terms of what's the processor, is it Pentium
Hi,
M
Coach.
or
Sorry to stop.
please go
Can you
ahead.
go back a little bit?
To where?
The Amazon Linux too. I didn't get that on my part.
Have you clicked on Amazon Linux 2 here?
Okay, let me do that again.
You have to click on Amazon Linux first before you can drop down.
Have you done that?
Yes, but it's just showing that 2023 AMI.
No, you
That's the
have
only
to
one I
drop
have.
down.
Oh,
Drop
okay.
down. You drop down, you see Amazon Linux too.
Yeah, true. Okay,
All
done.
right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the instance type is where you will select the different specification for the computer, the virtual computer you want to launch. However, remember we are using free tier. So don't be tempted to be selecting anything. When we get into DevOps properly, we need to select other kind of spec based because of the tools, DevOps tools we want to learn. All right. So for now, let's stick with T2 micro. Okay. Please use T2 micro, the one that is there. T2 micro is one virtual CPU, 1 gig RAM. Okay. Now, key pair is what you will use to SSH into your server. If you read what is written there, it says you can use a key pair to securely connect to your instance. Ensure that you have access to the selected key pair before you launch the instance. So let's go and create a key pair, because if you drop down, you're unlikely going to see anything. I have a key pair here already. But if you drop down your own, you will not see anything because it's your first time. So let's create a new key pair. Click on create new key pair. Another window opens. Give it a name. Okay, for me, I can call my own the name of the region where I am. I mean, Ireland region here on my AWS console. I can now say Ireland dash KP. All right. Or you want to use your name. Okay. Ola dash KP or John dash KP, whatever you want to call it. Then leave the rest as is. The RSA, leave them. The .pem, leave it as is. And then click on create key pair. When you click on create key pair, it will automatically download the private file of the pair. Pair means two, right? So it's going to create public and private file. When you click on create key pair, it will automatically download the private file of the pair and keep the public file on your account. Let me know if you've done that, please. I saw someone's hand. You want to ask a question, please go ahead and do that now.
So I seem to be having some issues, right? So I've clicked on Amazon Linux. This is
Okay.
taking you back like significantly. So on the quick start, I click Amazon Linux AWS, right? Then I click the option Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Is it HVM
Okay.
or like what's the eligible the free tier eligible option that I pick? So that
Can you
is
see my
the
screen?
kernel 5, yeah, SSD
Okay.
volume type. So I do that,
Yeah.
and then I get this notice saying the AMI is not valid. It may not no longer exist or maybe specific to another account or region. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, so what region are you?
How do I tell?
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Do you
Oh,
see
got
where
it.
my
Okay.
cursor is?
Yeah. So this is Ohio.
Okay. So if it is Ohio, you should not have any problem. All right. Or you might want to change region. Drop down the region, go to North Virginia.
Okay, let's try that then. North Virginia. I don't see that. Oh, I've seen it. Got it. Okay. It's good now. Okay. Yes, I'm still having the same issues.
Okay, share your screen.
You know what? I can.
No,
Okay.
share your screen. This is the class dedicated to these petty things here and there. After this class, you will be able to move faster if everybody is on the same page. So please go ahead and share your screen. Let's look at it together. You might not be the only one facing the challenge.
Okay, here goes nothing. Yep. So 1 second, let me just get the right screen.
Okay.
Yep. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I changed the region
to North Virginia. That's good.
Yeah, to North Virginia.
So
Then
scroll down.
just like say training, say Linux. Right.
Okay.
Scroll down. I click this option.
Amazon. That's yeah.
Yep.
It's not valid.
Get
No
this.
longer is maybe specific to another region. Scroll down. Scroll down. Just skip. Change that instance type to T2.
Okay. Nano.
T2 micro, yeah.
Okay.
Is this a new account or an old account?
It's a new one. So I use this user 2.
Okay, scroll up again now. Let me see something. Something different is happening here. Okay. Keep scrolling up. Let me see. T2 micro, yeah. No, Virginia. Okay. All right. Scroll down gradually. Let's see something.
Okay.
The AMI. Just hold on. I want
Okay.
to see that AMI easy for your account. 03CA. Okay, now I don't think you have any problem with it. Don't worry, let's keep working.
Okay.
Okay, so don't worry. Just go ahead and share your screen. Let's continue with your screen.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Let me share the screen then.
The only challenge I have is the background noise. There's another
Sorry,
young,
my little man is here.
young
Yeah.
learner. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, so yeah, scroll down. T2 micro for everyone. Yeah. Key pair. Click on create new key pair. Or have you done that already?
I tried it and then when it threw an error. So
what's the error? Put a name.
When I click, okay, I'm just trying. Yep.
Okay. I know where the problem will be coming from. When you created the user, did you add it to an administrator group?
Yes, I did.
Let's go see, please. Let's have a quick detour. Go to your IAM.
Okay.
Click on.
Is that me logging in?
No, just click on IAM first. I don't think. Go to users. Click on users.
So this is still under user 2, right? And it's not the root one. Yeah, okay.
Click on user groups. Let me see.
User group.
No. This user 2, was not added to the admin group.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably missed it when we were doing it. Because if you had added this user to the admin group, you will not be denied in all of these places. All right.
Got it.
Miss Boss, are you able to share your screen? Is Miss Boss still in class?
Yes, I can share my
Please
screen.
share your screen so that I can show you what. Let me just show
Okay.
Mr. John what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because the reason you are facing those challenges is because that user does not have the permission to
The
do all the
access.
things you're trying to make it do. Right. So you might return to sign in as a root user and create a new user. Okay, so just stay on this screen where we are now. Click on, you see your IAM, right click on it. Open in a new tab so that this screen is preserved. Open link in a new tab. You see that the same thing we try to do with your own user, we are doing here. Please click on user groups. You see it doesn't have any problem showing us this thing. Click on users. We didn't have any problem as well seeing this. So the explanation for your own is because you probably created the user, you didn't give it any permission. That's
Okay.
what's happening with you. So what you're going to do is sign out, then sign in as root. Okay. How do you sign in as root? You use the email and the password that was used in creating in the AWS account at first. When you now do that, now create user groups if you have not already created one. Okay. And then create users. When you create user, ensure you add that user to the group. Okay. So that's what you missed. But if you're unable to do that, then you have to be patient. When the class video is out, you can appropriate that.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. So you can close this tab, Miss Bossa, and let's continue with you on yeah, so let's check here. Have you created Keeper?
Yes.
So let's scroll down and continue. So before I continue here, this is one common error new entrants always do. For the entire training period, one key pair is enough for you. So this instance we're about to launch now, if we successfully launch this instance and after practicing you terminate it, when you want to launch a new instance, you do not need to create a new key pair. All you need to do is when you get to key pair, drop down the arrow and select the existing key pair. Do not litter your AWS account with plenty key pairs. Okay, the higher you go, 6 months, 1 year from now, you will know better about key pair that if you need to create different key pairs, you know how your way around. The reason I ask you to stick to one key pair is it will happen that you have multiple key pairs and then you will launch an instance and you will need to SSH into that instance and you will not know which key pair is for what instance. And then you're looking for who's going to troubleshoot the error you created for yourself. That's why I'm saying it before we go deep. Stick to one key pair. This one you have created now is sufficient for the entire training period. Thank you. Let's scroll down. Network settings. There are a lot of things to do here, but we just keep it simple for now. We'll expand gradually on that. Oh, all right, Mr. John, that's beautiful. So follow with the class now. Okay, so if we already have an existing security group, we would have selected it, but we do not have it. Security group is like firewall that controls which traffic have access to our server or which traffic does not have access. So we're going to create a new one. Just like key pair, you would not need to create multiple security groups. At least for this Linux free training, one key pair and this one security group is sufficient for you. The only time you will need new key pair and new security group is if you go to another region. From what I'm seeing now, Miss Boss's region is Ohio, except she changes region to another region. Then she will not see the security group and key pair created in this Ohio region in other region. That's when she will need to create a new one. But for this training period, stick with this one security group. We will change security group when we get into higher classes, but not now. Okay, now look at the edit in front of network settings. Please click on that. I can see your hand. Someone raised his hand. Oh, he's put it down. And let's move on.
Sorry, I was the one. I think I missed a step. The key pair.
Yep.
I was trying to open the folder.
No, you don't
I
have
think
to
I
open
missed.
it. I've not asked us to open the folder.
Okay.
Just download
Okay.
it and let's move on.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, when we need to open the folder, I will let you know.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we won't talk about VPCs and subnet, all these ones now. I only want you to give a custom name to your security group name. So if you look, you will see security group name required. Have you seen it? Launch
Yes.
wizard one. Edit it and put your name or whatever name you want to. If I were you, the same name I give to my key pair, I will give to this. Okay. Then Ireland -SG. For me, just as I gave, no, put SG. K is for key pair.
Oh, SG.
Beautiful. Okay, so, and the only inbound rule we have now is for SSH, which is port 22. Inbound means traffic coming into your server, while outbound means traffic leaving your server. We're going to expand on that when we get into AWS. Scroll down. Let's see what else you need to do. Storage 8 gig is sufficient. Please keep scrolling. I wish we could bootstrap, but we won't do that here to save time. Now, launch instance. How time flies. It's already 3 hours. That's funny. All right, so successfully initiated launch of instance. Please click on the instance ID. That one in brackets, that's correct. Okay, so the instance state says pending. We're going to wait till it is showing available or running. Okay, so while we are waiting, anyone that have question, please go ahead and ask your question now. Go ahead, Mr. Cletus, please.
Please, I missed the part where we created security group.
Okay, do you want to share your screen?
My screen visible?
Okay, so scroll up. Do you see that edit in front of network settings? Click on it. Yeah. Scroll down. See security group name. It says launch wizard one. Change it to a custom name. I advise that you use the same name you use for your key pair. Instead, change the KP to SG, something dash SG. Okay. I think that's the only thing. Go ahead and launch your instance now. All right, so we have launched a cloud server. The next thing we want to do is to connect to the back end of the server. Linux is predominantly a CLI OS, but that's not to say it doesn't have a GUI. In fact, the graphics are beautiful. I think someone said his PC runs on Linux. Is that person still in class? Is the person still in class? I would love that you share your screen and let's see your GUI. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. But it's not the beauty we're looking for, it's the operational ability. So please click on click on that instance ID. So two ways you can connect to this, your server's CLI. Either you connect from the console here, or you go and use an SSH client. There are different SSH clients. We downloaded one already, which is Themios. So your own instance state says running. Okay. Everyone who has launched their instance successfully, their instance state should be showing running right now. So what you need to do for me is click on the instance ID. Yes, everybody click on your instance ID. Your own does not have anything on that name. That's because you did not put the name. All right. So you can click on the name now and put something. Mr. Cletus, please go back. Click on no. Okay, yes. So the person that his own does not have name, let me quickly resolve that for the person. Hold on. Can you close that filter? Yeah, clear it or close it.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you see where the
Basically,
name is exactly. Click on that and click on the icon, the pen icon. Yeah, so it is editable. So the person who is looking for the name, you can now put whatever name you want to put there now. Is that clear? So let's move on quickly. We spent our time. I don't want to take us beyond 3 hours. So please click on the instance ID now. Let's go connect. So if you've clicked on your instance ID, you will see connect. Click on connect. Now, when you click on connect, scroll down, everybody should pay attention to this screen. Different distros of Linux on AWS platform have different usernames. Amazon Linux, Red Hat, they call their default username, they call it EC2 user. Ubuntu distro calls its own username Ubuntu. Debian, I think Debian calls its own Debian as well. Okay, so you will need these credentials to SSH into your server. So look at the two things you need here, the public IP address and the username. But not now. When we need it, I will show you. So scroll back up and click on connect. Okay, I think it is down, please. Sorry. Yeah, click on connect. Now it is taking you to the CLI of your virtual server. And this is the environment where we are going to be learning for the next 6 to 7 classes. This is CLI. Okay. Type PWD and tap enter. All right. PWD means print working directory. Okay, all of these I'll be telling you when we come into class on Wednesday. So what we've done here is we have SSH'd into this server. SSH means secured shell, meaning to remotely access a server. We have secure shelled into this server from the console. However, you will see that we did this from a browser. So other activities on the browser may interfere with this your SSH session. And that's why we are saying let's be using SSH client, which is the standard in the industry. So now go and open your terminals. Let me show you how to SSH into your server from the terminals. Miss Bosse, please go ahead. I can see your hands up.
What did you say PWD stands for?
Print working directory.
Okay.
All those things we'll learn when we start properly. Yeah. This class today is for setting up our workstation, and I'm glad that we succeed at least 80%. Others, they will watch the video, and if they are unclear, let them put it on the WhatsApp group. Where's your terminals? Oh, beautiful. So everyone, go to your terminals. Let me quickly show you as well how to SSH into your cloud server from the terminals SSH client. The first thing we do is we need to add the credentials. Okay. So please click on keychain. Do you see keychain?
Yeah.
Yeah, please click on keychain. You see SSH key, click on add. Beautiful. Now, at private key, you will see import from key file in blue background. It's down, all the way down. Yes, click on that. Is anybody lost? Let's find you.
Yes.
So where are you, please? Where did we miss it?
The key.
Can you click cancel, Mr. Cletus? Click cancel, let's start again. Have you clicked on keychain?
Yes, keychain.
Good. You see add?
Okay, so
SSH,
there was already,
add.
Okay, I just need to edit it. There's already something on there.
There's one already.
Yeah.
There's one already, then you scroll down at the right-hand side, you will see import from key file. Have you seen that?
No.
What can you see?
I can see keys and the key that I already created while I was just practicing to use it. So do I just need to edit it?
No, you need to create a new one.
New one.
Because you want to add a new key file. Can you see where you can add? Do you see key?
Yes, I see
You
key.
see the arrow beside key, drop down.
Uh-huh.
Do you see add?
I see generate key or new identity.
No, not new identity. Can you drop down this key, Mr. Cletus? Do you see key also, Mr. Cletus? Drop down the arrow beside it. It's up.
On top.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Those are what I see. Yeah.
So
Generate
click on
key and new
generate key.
identity. Okay.
Click it. Let me see, Mr. Cletus. Let's see. Is it here? No, it's not here, please. Go back. Don't generate key. Go back to that arrow. Drop the arrow. Okay.
Okay.
No, click on the key itself. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes. If you click on the key itself, it should bring you to this screen you are seeing right now. Do you hear that,
Yes,
Miss?
I see. Add a label.
That's it. So now look at the right-hand side. You will see import from key file. Down. Can you see? So click import from key file now. So
Mine doesn't
navigate
say that.
to,
Mine says generate and save.
just hold on. You share your screen shortly. Navigate to where you have the key file that was downloaded and double click it. I can see it on your own now. So do that now, Mr. Claire Tuzia. So that's it. You've added the key file. Okay, now share your screen, Miss Basa. Let me quickly guide you. This class 2 key perm is not it, right?
No,
So click on key now.
this one.
No,
Yes, I
not
did. That's
not the
how I
arrow,
got to
not
this.
the arrow. Click on the key itself, the one beside it. No, still where you have that arrow, but not on the arrow. Click on the key.
This one.
Yes. Do you see import from key file?
Oh, yes.
That's it.
Wait.
So
Oh,
navigate to where you have the key file. I think that's it. Double click on that. And right, look at the top left hand side. You will see 3 icons. Sorry, right hand side, I mean. Sorry. Okay. The last one.
what?
What does it say? Click on the first one. Let me see. It's to
And this
save.
3
No, that's the
dots.
middle one. The first one. That's the last one. I think that's to save. Okay, all changes saved. So that means you're good. So now go and click on host now. So everybody, let's go together from here. Look at host at the left hand side. It's above keychain.
Okay.
Yep. So we want to bring in host now. Click on new host. No, not the arrow. New host itself. Yes. So now copy the public IP address of that server and put inside where you have IP or host name. So you go to your AWS console. You go and copy the public IP. Go to your AWS console. Let me show you where to get it. I'm not seeing your
On this.
screen.
Oh, you can see my screen?
No, I'm only seeing your Temios.
Mhm. Can you see it now?
No, I can't. But if you're able to copy your IP, just paste it in that place.
That's the instance ID, right?
No, the public IP address. I showed you when I was talking about username.
You can't see my screen?
No. Mr. Claire, to share your screen so you can show everybody where to see a public IP address. When you clicked on the first connect, it took you to a page.
Right here.
Go to your console, please. Go to your AWS console. Okay, scroll up. Click on connect. You can see it here as well, but let me just show where you find the two things you will need. Scroll down. Look at your public IP address and the username. All right. I know you want to copy. You'll not be able to copy. Just memorize it and go and put it. All right. So copy the public IP address and then look at the username. Now return back to your Themios. We already pasted it. So look at general. Under the general tab, you see a label. Give it a name. You want to call it the name you give the server. Okay. Now scroll down. No. Go back and click on the host. Not new one. You're not creating new one. You're not creating new one. Yeah, click on the one you already have. Look at the pen icon to edit it. Close this. Try and follow instruction. Just be patient, okay? All right, so click on that, yeah? Okay, so scroll down. Look at where you have more. Show more under SSH, yeah? Put the username now. EC2-user all together. No, lowercase. All in lowercase. Thank you. Scroll down. Where you have password, click. Okay, click on the key under it, below it. Yeah, click on key. All right, select the key. That's the only key you have there thus far. That's it. Now connect. Add and continue. All right, so you see that we are now the same screen we saw when we connected from the browser. It's the same screen we are seeing here. The beauty of Themios is you can use different themes. If you look at your right-hand side, you see the different themes that there are. You can click on them. And then for those that white and black looks boring too, you can click on the different themes that you have here. But for me, theme is not the main deal. These are just cosmetics. Knowing what to do here is very important. So again, run your print working directory and tap enter. PWD, tap enter. Beautiful. Okay. So as from next class, we'll just set up our, we'll come to class and then we are coming here straight to begin to learn Linux administration. Okay. So let's say we are done practicing for today now. Please go to your AWS console. Let me tell you what I ask you to be doing. Okay. So go up Look at go to instances, click on instances. Yep. You either go to instances here, or you see that 3 horizontal lines where you have your dashboard. Okay, click on your EC2 dashboard. It's still the same place it will bring you to. I want to show you how to terminate your instance. Ola, please go ahead. Instances running.
Yeah, I got lost on that host pass where we're putting the password and where we're connecting.
Okay, I'll show you shortly. Let me quickly finish how to terminate. So check the instance you want to terminate. When you check it, drop down instance state. Look at instance state. It is up. Where you have connect, beside it you have instance state. Good. You either stop or terminate your instance. Okay. This instance you have launched now. In this month, AWS says you have 750 hours for it to run. So if you have 5 instances running and they are all free tier, the 5 of them have cumulative of 750 hours. So it is not 750 hours per instance. No. It is for all the instances you have. AWS says you have 750 hours a month, and it is not rolling over. So to avoid incurring charges or bills, once you're done practicing, remember to either stop or terminate the instance. But I encourage for new starters to terminate. It will help you or force you to repeat what you've been doing. And the more you repeat, the better you learn. So please terminate now. Click on terminate. And that's it. So what I said earlier now is this, or what I tried to explain earlier is that now that you have terminated, let's say you want to launch a new instance. Click on launch instance. All right. You would remember that we now have a key pair and security group. So scroll down. Let's not waste time. Scroll down to where you have key pair. So don't create new key pair here. Just drop down that arrow and select the one you created. Go to security group as well. Don't create new security group. Just check existing security group and drop down that one. No, that's create security group. Go back. You're already on check existing security group. Drop down and select the what or high UST you have. That's what I'm saying. Some people, okay, let me not preempt anybody. I know we are all listening and we will do the right thing. But even if you litter your EC2 dashboard with security group, by the time you run into problem figuring out, you will learn how to do housekeeping. Delete the ones you're not using and retain the ones you're using. Okay. All right. Ola, you can share your screen and let's move together. Please go ahead and share your screen. Mr. John, do you have any question? Please go ahead.
No, I don't. Thanks.
You said? I can't hear you, please. Do you want to say that again?
I said, no, I don't. Thanks.
All right. So what's the challenge here? I think you're on the good path. So select the key pair now. Look at it below key. Ola KP. Yeah, click on that. Scroll up. Let me see something. Scroll up. Good. You're in order. So connect now. Click on connect, please. Add and continue. You're doing well. All right, so close this session. Look up. You will see where you can close this session, not your terminals. Not your terminals. This current SSH session. No, on this screen, stay on the screen. See where you
Okay.
have that tab, AWS Linux tab. You will see where you can close it there. Yes. Beautiful. So close it now. Now, let's say that you have terminated the instance. This is for everyone, please. Let's say you have terminated the instance and you launch a new instance. Or let's say you even stopped, you didn't terminate. And when you started the instance, if you stop and start the instance, your IP address will change. If you terminate the instance and launch a new one, your IP address will also change. But remember, you are using the same key pair. So you would not need here as well on your terminals, you will not need to create new hosts. You can use the existing host. You just need to scroll up. Beautiful. I get it already. You just need to scroll up, change the address to the new public IP address of the server that you now have. If you have launched an Amazon Linux, it will still bear the same EC2-user. It is still the same key pair. So all you need to change here is the what? The public IP address. All right. The only time you might need to change the key pair is if you are using another key pair. Maybe you have multiple key pairs, then you have to be selecting the ones you use for the corresponding server. All right. But right now, if you double click this, or if you just click on connect, since that server is still running on your AWS instance, you will still be able to connect. Click on connect now. Let me show you. Do you see that? But if you go to your AWS instance and terminate the server or you stop it, if you come here, you will not be able to connect. It will tell you the session is not reachable. Okay. All right, Miss Bosse, go ahead. I can see your hands up. We've come to the end of class. We're only taking general questions now. Please go ahead, Miss Bosse.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. So this is where I got lost.
I've not seen your screen yet. Is anyone seeing our screen?
Can you see my screen?
Not yet. It's still showing your name. Okay, I think it's coming up. So please go ahead now.
Okay. So this is where I got lost. So you see the IP address is here.
Okay, so give it a name. Look at under the general tab, you see label. Give your session a name. You might call it the name you give to the server on your console or whatever name you want to give it. All right. So you've put the username. That's beautiful. Now you need to give it access to the key file. Look at under the username, do you see password?
The username.
Where you have EC2 user. Where you enter the
Right
EC2
here,
user.
password.
Okay. Now click on the key below it. Click on key again. Now, which of the key did you use for this particular server?
This one.
All right, check it. That's it. Then connect now. And then continue. All right. Any other question, anyone? We've come to the end of class today.
And to
Do you
exit
have
from
any?
here, I just exit right here.
Yeah, but if you exit here, does not mean your server has been terminated.
Right. I
You
go
can close
to,
this
yes.
session from that place, but be sure that you either stop or you terminate your server from your AWS. And I encourage you to terminate at least at this early stage. So when you launch instances multiple times, it becomes innate with you. You know how to launch instance. That's it.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question, anyone? All right, so the class video will be available on YouTube. However, it's going to be shared privately. So if you do not have your email, please send your email to Mrs. Bucknell. Okay. But if you had already filled the Google form, we have your email. But if you have not filled any Google form, please send your email to Mrs. Bucknell so that we can share you the video privately. To access the video, you will have to launch into YouTube, sign into YouTube with that email so that to give you access to the video because it will be shared privately. All right. I want to encourage you to at least watch the video, practice what we've done. All we did today was just to be setting up Workstation, and from Wednesday, we are starting to learn Linux properly. All right. I'm sorry I should be on time today. It's just to help everybody get together. As from next class, we'll stick to 3 hours. I know time is important, so we'll stick to our time. That's it. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. You have any question, please take it to the WhatsApp group. We'll address it there. Right, I'll see us on Wednesday. Bye.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.